Hi, everybody. Laura Basson here. I'm excited to be joining my sweet and ever so talented friends, Tasneem and Jen, with their brand new company, Altenew. I've got a couple of fun projects. This first one is the brand new, I don't know how you pronounce that set, Sokotoa, I think. Anyway, I'm using some Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock and some archival jet black ink. And I'm using that single large open triangle image. I'm going to stamp the whole entire card front on this watercolor paper. And then I'm going to be using these Tim Holtz Distress markers. I just got this big tub, all the colors, and it's just a heavenly tub of wonderfulness. And I'm going to be just going in, and this is like kind of my second time trying out these distress markers with the watercolor paper. And they really blend just like butter. And you just need to do a little bit on the, actually I tried this on cardstock and it didn't work as well. But when you use the watercolor, works really nice, blends really good. And if your brush, this is one of those Tim Holtz water brushes or aqua brushes. I'm not sure what they're called, but it just takes that dark and blends it right into the light. And I love how you get that gradient look, that watercolor look with all these beautiful distressing colors. So I just went one by one coloring each triangle and I enjoyed every minute of it. I could have probably sat and done this all day long because this is really fun. And it's kind of like Copic coloring, but it's even easier because you get that gradient look that you tried to do with the Copics, but it's just a couple swipes with the distress. Okay, so now I'm stamping a sentiment from that same Sokotoa stamp. I'm probably totally botching up that name. But anyway, I'm just stamping that on a little strip, and I'm going to cut a little fishtail on the end of that, just like that with my scissors. And this is what I do a lot of times when the sentiment is a complete afterthought for a card. I haven't thought it through. I just knew I wanted to do that triangle design. And so, okay, so I stitched that on the side a little bit there. So I'm going to trim those off. And a lot of times I leave my strings loose, but today I kind of want to go for a more clean look. So I took my little poker needle tool, retractable needle tool, and I got those stitches on the back side and then some score tape to hold it down nice and firm. And that's all there is. I added a couple little enamel dots in coordinating colors there. And that card's finished. I got one more using the Henna Elements stamp set. Love this stamp set. This is really beautiful. And for this one, I did quite a bit of masking. So I started with just this standard size Nina Solar White card base. And I stamped that large bloom. Now I'm using Memento because for me, I have best luck with Memento ink for Copics. But for the distress inks, I have better luck with the archival. There was a lot of testing and there was a lot of wasted paper in the process of finding out all these things. So, okay, so for each flower, I'm stamping it on the card base, and then I'm stamping it on the Post-it note, and then I'm trimming it out for a mask. It's kind of a tedious process, but you know what? It's a labor of love. These are things you have to do when you want to have a one-layer wonder. Okay, so now we've got the small bloom. We're going to stamp that off, and then we're going to create our mask. And you know what? I realized after I made this video that I don't have my rings on. I don't even have my clothes on. Well, I mean, I have clothes on. I'm not standing here naked doing this card. I mean, I have pajamas on is what I have on. I'm not standing here doing this card naked, so don't get scared. That would be a scary sight, though, by the way, if I was standing here doing a card naked. Oh, boy. Okay, this video is going downhill. Okay, so now we take off our masks and I'm going to stamp the sentiment. This sentiment is also from the Henna Elements. And then I'm just going to do some basic Copic coloring. This is what I do when I go in with the light and then I go in with the darkest, flick it in. I see the masters, they do the flick. See how you flick it? I learned that by watching the masters Copic color. Okay, and then go in with your medium tone and begin blend that. And then go in back again with your lighter and fill it all in. And so I just went on with each flower. I did that one in red and then the big one in yellow and then the small one. And then of course, now to finish it off, I took my that white gel pen and I added little dots. And I thought that really added a little pop of something. And that's all there is. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for Jen and Tasneem. I hope you have a wonderful day.